Chelsea have informed Nico Williams representatives that they are prepared to trigger his release clause of around 50 million. However, his high wage demands will present an issue. We are seeing a certain trend in the transfer market this summer where, as much as in the past, obviously Premier League clubs have been splashing so much money here, so much money there, and Chelsea are not willing to do that. We're seeing Real Madrid obviously are not going all out for these players. I think Real Madrid a few weeks ago were looking at this thinking, too good of an opportunity, 50 million, Nico Williams, Spanish left winger, yeah, we're going for this. But then you see those wages and you're like, why? Osimhen, the same. Sancho at Chelsea, the same. Is Nico Williams going to budge from those absolutely outrageous wage demands? Chelsea willing to pay? It's 50 million. Like, it's a good release clause. It's a favourable release clause.
Fabrizio Romano with DAZN released a video saying that Chelsea and Arsenal are willing to do crazy things to pay for Nico Williams during this summer transfer window. There's a lot of stories going around at the moment. Chelsea want to sign their players before the Club World Cup. Jamie Gittins is a player that we've been heavily linked with. Dortmund don't want to sell him before the Club World Cup starts. So maybe Chelsea are moving on to Nico Williams and other priorities. The big issue with Williams is the wages. He wants crazy money. And I do think all of this is probably just a big smokescreen before he comes out and signs a brand new deal to stay at Athletic Bilbao in Spain next season. He's been there for a very long time and he wants huge money to move away from Spain. He's happy there. Will Chelsea sign Nico Williams? It's a possibility, but when we say do crazy things, that means breaking the wage structure. Are we going to do that for him? I'm not sure. Let me know your thoughts on Williams in the comments down below. I quite like him.
Chelsea and Arsenal's number one target is Nico Williams, and both clubs are prepared to do something crazy in terms of financials. However, neither club have given the green light. Nico is comfortable in Spain and talks are there over a new deal. When you dissect this, right, Fabrizio Romano has said this, that if Nico Williams is going to leave Athletic Bilbao this summer, some reports are saying it's going to be 400 grand. Chelsea are not paying that, mate. Let's get our head out the flipping sand. 300 grand. We're not going to go there either, are we? I don't think so. So what I'm finding interesting here is why Fabrizio Romano is saying this. Because if this is the case and Chelsea are prepared to do something crazy, then is that we're prepared to break the wage structure only for Nico Williams? Or if Chelsea are willing to do something crazy, then potentially that could open the door and the window to other market opportunities.
Nico Williams. So Fabrizio, talking with DAZN, right, has come out with this. Let me translate this for you for those that can't speak Spanish, right? Nico Williams, priority for Chelsea and Arsenal. The player, very comfortable at Athletic Bilbao, right? We got the details here. This is basically what he'd said in that clip with DAZN. Chelsea and Arsenal's number one target is Nico Williams. And both clubs are prepared to do something crazy in terms of financials. However, neither club have the green light. Nico is comfortable in Spain and talks are there over a new deal. Now, for those that were here about, was it 2 days ago? I spoke about the news about Nico Williams talking with Bilbao over a new contract and that he seems like he's pretty settled there. But that kind of wrote it off for me. I was like, all right, well, he's going to sign a new deal with Bilbao, so he's off the market. Great. And all of a sudden now we're getting Chelsea and Arsenal have him as number one priority for the left wing position. You see, now this is the sort of level that I'm talking about. This is the sort of winger that I'm talking about. This is who I would want us to go for. Now, I'll be honest, yeah. Athletic Bilbao, maybe trying to talk over a new deal. How much can they really give to him? Considering this is Chelsea, and I have to be fair here, this is Arsenal. The financials realistically, should be stronger than what Bilbao can offer. Now, it's all about whether the clubs want to offer that. Now, that's with Arsenal, I think if they had to, they would. With Chelsea, I'm not so sure. And we've seen why. When it comes to salaries and all of this, we've been quite tight for 2 years. I'd like to think that now there's some flexibility because we're playing Champions League. Do we want to compete in that? Well, if we want to, we're going to have to pay these sort of guys the money that they deserve. With Nico Williams, we're easily looking at about 250 grand a week. I reckon. He's on 200k at the moment in Bilbao. At the moment. You got to improve it, you know? Or at least be able to offer what Bilbao are willing to offer him, but you offer more. Listen, Champions League, London, Prestige, Project, you can just fling it all in, right? And try and tempt the player. But that's the sort of winger we should be going for.
Chelsea actually prioritized Nico Williams. He is one player that the club actually wanted to sign for the winger option. But the young talent is happy in Spain. The young talent is happy at Athletic Club. According to Romano Fabrizio, he wants to stay back. Remember, demand on wages became an issue as well. Chelsea wanted him. Chelsea inquired about him. Chelsea has not totally given up on him. Anything can still happen, but for now, it is likely, going to be that Nico Williams will remain at Athletic Club. Remember, over there, discussion for new deal is already ongoing. Release clause and every other thing is already ongoing at Bilbao. But I just want to note it out that Chelsea actually appreciated him. They wanted him. They prioritized him. But now, it is not looking like it is going to happen. But again, remember I said anything can still happen. And again, consider this one a pure rumor because information coming out from Spain suggested that Barcelona rejected an offer for a concrete swap deal between Chelsea and Barcelona player, that is Christopher Nkunku and Fermin Lopez. It is reported that in Spain that Barca will only consider a total sale of the midfielder. A midfielder that played about 28 games, scoring about 6 goals or thereabout, wants to leave Barcelona. He wants regular football, but Barca will only sell outrightly. Barca will only sell outrightly, and no swap deal is taking place. Please remember I said consider it a rumor because the news is all over the place in Spain. No concrete information on that. Chelsea is still very much in talks. Everything is still being discussed with Frankfurt for Ekitike. But remember again, Chelsea will not pay 100 million euros. It is not happening. Chelsea will never do that. It is not happening. Again, Chelsea will not do that. That is it on what is happening as regards transfer update around Chelsea. Christopher Nkunku still very much going to leave this summer. Remember, he almost left the other time. He almost left last summer, and now he is going to leave. Chelsea is no longer willing to let him stay. He is again free to leave with the right price and right offer. Again, Chelsea is very much going to get in another suitable midfielder that will perfectly act as a perfect backup to our boy Cole Palmer. That is, if we lose João Felix and Christopher Nkunku. Remember, João Felix is one player that the club is also willing to sell 30 million euros. Bring it and come and get João Felix. Dewsbury Hall is also one player that Chelsea is willing to sell if the right offer comes in. But now, that is it. It is reported in Spain, swap deal collapse. Chelsea prioritized Nico Williams, but he is happy in Spain. What is your thought on this one? Let me hear from you. Let's go.